everyone to JJ's Balance. This is gonna be a less chaotic video. I have no tea to steep and I have no scent to put in an oil diffuser because there's no damn electricity out here. Also, the smells of the fall leaves and the shit around me, that'll do me just good. So today's video isn't really like a lesson or a scolding thing or whatever. I don't really know what word to use. It's more just like little tidbits that I have on life, my perspective, because I think I have a pretty weird, unique perspective on how I think and perceive the world, and honestly, I just want to share it with you guys because I feel like it could help people find some inner peace, maybe make a little bit more sense of this world, figure some shit out. I'm not saying I have it all figured out, but I think I'm starting to get a little bit of an idea of what's going on. And as I'm finding this out, it's pretty exciting and I want to share it with you. So one problem that I used to have, or I mean, it still occurs, but like I really keep it in check, is that I used to be so hard on myself about everything. It's so hard to look in the mirror and just be like, what the fuck am I looking at? What are you doing? Like, yada, yada, yada. When I was just in those negative thought loops, just like about myself, it was nothing good. It didn't drive any dreams, ambitions. It didn't have my passions. It didn't have my interests in mind. It had nothing in mind for me but to just beat me down. And that was all just manifestations in my head that are just so toxic. You're toxic to yourself. You're literally the most toxic thing is yourself. Once I started getting into the self-love and the self-care routines, I started to just really figure out, wow, I'm worth so much more than all the hate I give myself. I don't think anyone else perceives me like how I perceive myself, which is in most cases for everyone. And I just need to start treating myself better. And so what I want to talk about here today is just how to treat yourself and how to treat your emotions maybe. I wanted to have a mindset where I wasn't always just down on myself. I was trying to find ways to make myself positive and happy, and there's nothing on Google that can really make you do that. Well, yeah. Meditation, when I first discovered it, oh my God, it opened up a new world to me. Once I learned to shut that voice up in my head that's like, oh, Once I learned to shut that shit up, oh my God, it was like a veil or like a wall of my life was just lifted. It really showed me that I don't always have to think like this. I can control how I think. I have way more control than I really do, and I need to start loving myself. So you know what? Getting that inner dialogue out, it takes practice. It takes effort. You have to try to better yourself. You have to try to love yourself. Just talking to yourself in the mirror sometimes can help. Be like, look at yourself and you're like, look at you. Or like, oh, I see what you did today. Like, congratulate yourself. Don't beat yourself down on the shit that was wrong, that you did wrong, because you can always improve from your mistakes. When you do something good or do something positive in the day, fucking give yourself a big round of applause. You beautiful individual, because anything that's positive in your life, you should embrace. And you should really learn to appreciate those things because life's short. Speaking of life's short, imagine living your whole life just constantly beating yourself up and doing nothing about it. So it's just really important for you to take those steps, to step outside of that thought loop and those negative thoughts and do something about it. Because nothing changes if nothing changes. Another thing from meditation that I learned was how to kind of manage my emotions, because that inner voice isn't necessarily your emotions. It's just like a fuck you thing, but your emotions are something you really feel. But no, your emotions don't have to take over who you are as a person. Emotions can have a really big effect on your life and how you treat other people. Sometimes you lash out. Sometimes you say shit you shouldn't say. Sometimes you spread a rumor about a friend because out of spite. All that is just irrational thought and emotion taking you over. That's not you. Those emotions are not you. One thing you have to realize is that you're just an individual soul. You were put on this planet to do one thing, and everything else is just distraction. Emotions are a distraction. They can fuck up so many things in your life if you allow them to. What I do is I really just step back, analyze the emotion. I'm not gonna lie with you guys. I'm just gonna go right for it. I'm still dealing with it, a nicotine addiction. I used to vape a fuck ton. I used to think it was really cool, but really it's just not good for you, and I highly encourage you to stop. Fuck vaping, get that shit out. Addiction's not an emotion. It does tie to emotions. It's also just like a feeling, just like sadness or like angry. What I do with my addiction is whenever I feel that like, oh, hit something, please. Whenever I feel that emotion or that feeling, I just say, whoa, stop, okay, stop. What's going on? Okay, all right, I want to hit some nicotine. All right, that sounds cool. All right, then I analyze it. And I'm like, do I really want it? Is this the best for my health? Will it really make me happy? And every time, no, it's not gonna make you happy. It's not gonna make you feel good. All it does is just gives you a funny feeling in your head. And then it just leaves some fucking shit in your lungs. No, instead I process it. I say, all right, I feel the feeling. I acknowledge it, but I can't. And then I brush it off, and I distract myself with something positive, like music or drawing. It's those little things that distract you, and once you make that a habit of analyzing it and just honing in and just diverting it, it's a wonderful feeling. Because honestly, I'm like 2 weeks in, 2 or 3 weeks in, and I'm feeling great. I've probably hit a stick one time, but nothing major. Like, I can say that I'm past the point where I'm alone and I just like think about it. I kind of just like do my own thing, which is amazing, which shows the power of stepping back and observing your emotion. If you're super sad one day, figure out why, do something about it. Don't just lay in your bed all day eating some bullshit and do nothing, because that's not going to do anything for you. That's not going to help you. I really want to encourage you to be mindful about your emotions, because they aren't you. They can't control you. They're just not you. That's it. You can pick and choose your battles with emotions, or you can just eliminate all the battles and just be a master mindful person and literally analyze every emotion you have and implicate it in your life. Because once you're mindful of what you do, you're going to be able to recognize so much in your life. And when you're mindful, you're also very positive. You're also just a really kind person, and you know what? You don't have time to deal with that gossip bullshit, because you don't want to deal with those negative emotions that could come from, it getting back to that person, then it comes back to you. It's that karma cycle, which I want to talk about in the future. So really, I just want you guys to get your emotions in check. I want you to get mindful, and I want you to love yourself as always. I just want to say that I love you so much. I don't want you to think that I'm berating you or belittling any of you. I love you all, and I just want you guys to be happy and healthful and mindful, because you guys all deserve to be happy, and you all deserve to love yourself, because I love you. Bye. Also, you beautiful souls, I forgot to mention one thing. Be sure to like, subscribe, share, turn those post notifications on. Please, for me. Love yourself. Bye.